Hi, I'm so glad you're here. My name is Myra and I'm going to show you how to use your Seint 3D foundation. We're just going to focus on the 4 colors, which is your main highlight, your accent highlight, your contour, and your lip and cheek. Now, I know that in your palette, you possibly have illuminators and powders and more, but we're just going to focus on the placement of where you're going to apply this makeup now that you have it. So we're gonna start with contour first. You don't have to, but I think it's easier to work with because it'll warm up on your skin. So using your detail brush or your 3D brush, you're gonna grab a good amount of your contour and you're going to apply a generous amount, sliding back and forth on your hairline, okay? Just like so. By applying your contour first, you're gonna warm up the product onto your skin, which is gonna be so much easier to blend. You don't want to add too much product. Remember that less is always more. And if you do apply a little bit extra contour, you can always blend it at the end. I like to do a little bit of contour on my jawline and then just kind of bring it down. The nose is an optional step. We will leave that to the end. We're just going to work on this area and move on to our main highlight. Now, something super important with contour, you don't want to pass it past your pupil and you don't want to make it look too low. You kind of want to slant it just a tad depending on your face shape. But mostly this is the way that you want to apply it because it's going to give you the illusion that you have that beautiful structured face and those shadows where they need to go. Next, we're going to move in with our main color. Now, I'm using the color Amber. This is how you're going to apply it. You're not going to just swoop it on. You're going to press it onto the skin. Press it, lightly dabbing it. Lightly dabbing the product onto the skin, pressing it onto the skin. This is super important. I feel like sometimes some people feel like they could just slide it off. And you have to remember that this is cream makeup and it's going to move with your skin. So I'm just applying it on these areas and then we're gonna move on into our accent highlight. So when I color match you, I typically color match you to 2 colors. Your all over foundation shade and then an accent color. This accent color is a brighter color and that's the color that we're gonna work on with right now on my face, but it's typically going to be 1 to 2 shades lighter, not in anything lighter than that because then it would look chalky and too harsh on the face. The color that I'm using on my face is called Candlelit. What I'm gonna do is just bring a line down this way, bring it here, still pressing on the skin. I'm gonna apply just right here like so. Now when it all looks this way, I am lightly pressing the color of foundation on my skin. I'm gonna blend it and I'm going to just blend all of the foundation first in a circular motion, but not very harsh and not pulling my skin. I'm gonna start working it all around and then move on to my contour. So you're still gonna have a little bit of product on your brush and you can just apply a little bit on your eyelids, distribute the product really, really well, pressing onto the skin. Now we're gonna move into blending the contour and you want to press the brush onto your skin, but doing an upward circular motion and just gently distributing the product, not taking it completely off. Same thing with your contour. You just want to lightly press it and blend it upward. You can even do the slightest circular motion where you're kind of just spreading the product and then you can press it back onto the skin, going upward again. Now at this point that you had the contour on for a while, it's already warmed up to your skin, so it's not going to leave any streaks or be really hard to work with because your skin already warmed it up. I'm also gonna contour my nose and I'm gonna show you how I do that. Now you can turn your brush to this little slight end right here and just draw very, very lightly 2 lines as close together as you can because the goal here is to make the nose look more narrow and not so wide. And this will just blend really easily. So I am just swiping back and forth. I'm blending the product, kind of like if you're sweeping, and ever so lightly, just blending it like so. I like to do a little bit on the tip of my nose, like right underneath. I even like to outline my lips. Like there's so much you can do with just these 3 colors. And I love this brush for that. I'm even gonna add a little bit of contour up on the lids of my eyes, like so. The next thing I like to do is just get that lightest highlight, the accent color, and just bring a little bit down the bridge of my nose. Very, very little. And this is going to just add light to the face. And if you feel that you need more, like in the inner corner, maybe you want your face a little brighter, you can always go on in with this detail brush and just slightly add that lighter shade where you feel you need it to brighten up your face. Because once you blend everything, it kind of moves, so you can go right back in and do so. Now we're gonna move into our lip and cheek color. I'm using the color Madrid, and I like to just place it. I like to work with very little product because sometimes you can get a little too much product on the face and you don't want to add more product to take it off. So I am just pressing it onto my skin, as you can see, with this brush, and just blending lightly, working it upward. And then you can also get a little bit of that same color that you used on your lips, on your eyes, and then we can do it as a lipstick too. And it can be very lightly. You can even do it with your finger. If you don't want to get your fingers dirty, use your brush. And then you can always clean your brushes. I recommend cleaning your brushes at least once a week with a good brush cleaner. We have one. If you need a recommendation, I'd be happy to tell you what is best for your brushes. And just like that, that is the 4 colors, the basics. You can always go back with a perfector sponge and just make sure that it's a little damp and it's just gonna pick up any excess product that was like left on the skin and make it look flawless. And when you're using your sponge, you want to make sure that you're not rubbing it off. You're just pressing it onto the skin the same way that you were when you were applying the makeup. I feel that with this makeup, it can crease, and it will crease, especially under your eyes. That's why you need to add less product. And if you feel that your skin is oily, you can definitely set with a powder. It's totally up to you. And if you feel like you need a good primer, just make sure that you stay away from any primers that have silicone in them. You want to use a primer that is water-based, because anything with silicone will just make the makeup slide right off. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you're loving your makeup, and I hope that you really find it easy to use. Remember that you can apply your makeup with your finger and just blend it with your brush. There's no perfect way to apply your makeup, but I do want to remind you that less is more. So if you're getting that cakey feel, you want to use less product. If you're wanting to get your hands on this makeup and you've been skeptical because you don't know your colors, I would be more than happy and honored to serve you and help you. You can visit the link in my bio, not my bio, because there's no bio here. This is for YouTube. Sorry. You can visit the link down below in the subscription, or you can even follow me on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you and help you get started on simplifying your routine.